Greetings. It is time again for Tuesday Tops. We are talking about counterfeits in the marketplace today. So, as you know, many times luxury items are counterfeited. So that may mean that you can get a bag in a location that you know that bag would not be sold. So there are certain bags of high luxury caliber that are not going to be sold at like the cart in the mall kiosk, or maybe on certain street corners, etc. And we want to give you the 4 different classifications of brands in the market. So a number one is a purely authentic item. This came from the manufacturer, this came from the designer, whoever it is who is truly selling it. Number two is an item that came from the designer or manufacturer, and what happened with it was that they actually felt like there was some sort of imperfection. So maybe, like I just said, imperfect imperfection. There may have been some way that it was a stitch was off, or maybe their logo wasn't aligned properly, or something was off and it did not meet their very strict design standards. Now, there's probably some people out there who would still buy that one. They probably want a little discount on it, but it does not meet the design standards. So that's a number two. A three is a very good copy. And what happens with threes is that sometimes they are gray market goods. And that may happen in instances where a designer has an agreement at a certain factory, and the factory will create their designs for them based on these certain specs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. And they are supposed to do this only between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. But what happens is, because these folks have the recipe to your design at 5:30 after they take a little break, then they create their own. And since they know the recipe, they are like pretty accurate. Sometimes they might change it a little bit. And for people who really know what these very specific designs are supposed to look like, they'll be like, oh, wait, that's a little off. Or they might not change it, but it still is an infringement on their contract with that designer. Those are threes. Fours, that's when G's are turning to C's, or C's are turning to G's, or it maybe it's supposed to say LV, but it looks like LU, or it looks like VU, or something, or whatever. Like, now it's like, now you know that this is not really even close, and wherever you tried to buy this was not the best option, but you have to know that this is like completely fake. So again, that's ones, twos, threes, and fours. Hope those tips are helpful. Be careful when you're shopping. Oh, also because human trafficking is a major issue in buying not only gray market goods sometimes, but fakes in general. So you want to be careful. I know, like, I love a good deal too, but as much as we like a good deal, we want to be conscious and careful about where we are putting our money, because that money could be going to harm people. So for more on this, not only on the ones, twos, threes, and fours, and how to protect yourself and your brand from counterfeits, we also have a write-up on the B.A.F.F.L.E.D about counterfeits and human trafficking and how it compromises many aspects of local economy. So check that out too.